residue on his upper lip. So y'all, let me give y'all a story time. I had to start it off like that because that's the craziest thing I have ever seen in my life. So I'm obviously one of them girls. I done fucked up and picked the wrong baby daddy. So boom, this one particular day, he done did a lot of weird janky shit a lot of times, but this might be the top thing that he ever did that was just weird, nasty as hell, and janky. So I'm texting him or whatever, and it's, you know how y'all get that weird feeling in y'all stomach, like this nigga on some BS? Well, indeed he was. So I'm texting him or whatever, and mind you, our kid gets out of school at like 3 p.m. every day. Every other day, we pick the kid, like we decide who gonna pick who up. Sometimes I pick the baby up, sometimes he do. This particular day, he couldn't go get him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But deep down inside, I feel like something is crazy off. Like, since when are you not available? Like, we got the same schedule. We've had the same schedule for years now. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I go pick my baby up. And y'all, I'm obviously having a little conversation with him. And he goes to say, TT. TT. Who is TT? Who is TT? So I'm asking him, like, who, like, what you mean, TT, da da da. So being that we already had, like, prior issues and stuff like that, I'm thinking he's referring to this one particular girl. So me, being a private investigator, I go pull up who I think TT is. And I show it to my baby. I show him a picture of this girl who I think TT is. I said, who this? My baby says, TT. Okay. So we get back to the crib or whatever. We chilling. I end up hitting him up like, where you at? Like, bring some stuff back home. Da, da, da. No response. I don't get no response for hours, y'all. Again, he's been on fluke stuff before, so my intuition is buzzing off the Richter. It's off the scale. Eventually, he walks back in, and we talking or whatever. I go to give him a hug, like literally trying to bypass all the weird shit that I've been feeling throughout the day. So I go give him a hug, and as I'm going to give him a kiss, y'all, yeah. So I go to give him a kiss, and it's blood residue on his face. Right here. Upper lip. Yeah. So I'm like, what happened? Like, you got blood on your lip. Like, what's going on? Y'all can only imagine what this man said to me. Oh, I got into a scuffle earlier. That's why I wasn't texting back. I was just real irritated. Da 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 da. Nigga, be for real. What you mean you was real irritated and you got into a scuffle? We talked to each other about everything. Why didn't you call me? Man, my phone died. I didn't think to call you. I was just irritated as hell. I was trying to look for the niggas that I got into it with. Okay. So he goes, he wipes it off. Da da da. I'm still thinking something off because you got into a whole scuffle and you didn't say nothing. You didn't even, like, you didn't say nothing. You didn't tell me, like, huh? So I'm going through his phone by the time nighttime roll around. Y'all, while I'm going through the phone and I go through the text message, boom, a girl named TT is in the phone. So I'm scrolling through the messages or whatever, and guess what I see? TT is talking about, oh, you love me for real, cause you really went and did that on my time of the month. Y'all, I just want to know, would I be wrong if I go to jail? Would I be wrong if I go to jail? And is y'all gonna bail me out?
Okay, y'all, let's get right into it. Let me tell y'all how I found out on my birthday that my friend was not my real friend. So basically, the day of my birthday, the plan was to go to a dinner at 7:30. We were supposed to meet up at the hotel that I paid for at 6:45. So my friend, which is friend A, she calls me and she's like, yeah, I'm financially not able to, come to your dinner. I just am unable to come. And she was crying on the phone, boo-hooing and everything. And I was like, girl, it's no problem. Like, we all gonna eat. Like, I would never do that. I will take care of you. I'll pay for you, no problem. So basically, fast forward to, you know, the time of us leaving at 6:45. So friend B was there with me getting dressed. Friend C said she was going to meet us at the, you know, dinner. Mind you, the dinner was set at 7:30. So 6:45 comes and we're waiting on friend A, which is the friend that I'm not friends with no more. But we're waiting on her. So we call her and we're like, yeah, you know, girl, where you at? And she's like, yeah, I'm running late. I still got to, you know, get dressed when I get to the hotel. And we're all like, you know, the reservation's at 7:30. Like, I told these girls this, you know, days in advance. So she comes to the hotel, and when she comes, you know, she has this stank ass attitude. Like, she really don't even want to speak. Like, she don't even want to be here. So I'm like, what is her problem? Like, one, you making me late for my birthday dinner on my birthday and then giving me an attitude about it. Like, I didn't tell you these plans previous. So anyways, you know, we get into the car. She, you know, gets dressed. She ended up making me late for my dinner. We didn't get there till 8 o'clock. So basically, you know, we get at the table. Mind you, friend A is who I'm paying for. Friend A also does not drink alcohol. She's a smoker. She does not drink alcohol at all. So the server comes to our table. You know, he does his big introduction. He's like, yeah, we have this, you know, cool, you know, cocktail that has smoke that comes out of it. You know, mind you, like, I don't care about prices when I'm eating because it's my money. But it's like, for her, it was like, I didn't feel like I needed to have that conversation. Like, don't break my pockets, because this is a grown ass 25-year-old woman. So the waiter's like, you know, does anybody want a cocktail? I'm like, yeah, I'll have it. And this is a $20 cocktail. Why does friend A raise her hand and say, oh, I'll have one too? You know, I don't want you to drink alone on your birthday. Bitch, you're going to drink with me on my birthday and I'm paying for it? And you don't even drink alcohol? Are you dumb? So anyways, the food comes out, whatever. And, you know, they give me a free drink because they messed my food up. And then she going to tell the waiter, oh, I want one too. And we're all just like, what is wrong with this girl? So after that, like after the dinner was done, you know, the checks come out. My check was $71 by myself. So now, because she decided to run my check up and get fucking alcohol and shit and not just food, my check went from $71 to me paying $200 for me and her combined. The reason how I knew that she really had money, she texted me the next day asking me for the plug's number. And then when I confronted her, she was upset and she felt disrespected on my birthday.
I sat on here and told y'all that I've got cheated on every relationship that I've been in, and y'all, that was beyond y'all. First of all, every is a really little number, okay? Second, when I get cheated on, or when I have gotten cheated on, it's not the fact that I got cheated on that blows me. It's the fact that, how did you do it? I thought I'd be on top of things, and I was on the very bottom. Now, before I start this story, because I am going to tell it, and I'm going to tell it with my chest, I'm going to tell my dirt, and no names will be used. But everybody do the little disclaimer. I'm not trying to talk about nobody's character. No, none of that. No, I'm not trying to clear up nobody. I'm not. Because when it was me, y'all did not care. So, no, whatever you think I'm trying to do, I'm doing it. Twice. Let's give out names. Okay? We're going to give him the name of Bill. Little Bill. And there's facts about Lil Bill that I have to say to tell this story. First of all, Lil Bill is a football player, okay? I met Lil Bill when he was in the transfer portal. What does that mean, you say? He was not staying where I met him, okay? 2, what does that mean? He's not staying where I left him. We're long distance this entire time. 3, Bill was not a dad when I met him. He was a fresh new dad. That is important. That also should write across my forehead, but it didn't connect. Okay, this also might have been my karma. Let me tell you why. Like I said, I'm going to tell my dirt. So in January 2022, I had been in a toxic situation with, let's call somebody Audie. So I talked to somebody named Audie, and Audie that month decided to go somebody else. So I took all these nuts and went and did what I needed to do. Like, just breathed and did what I had to do. But that's a whole nother story. Like, that's something else. It doesn't matter, but it matters because that's what stopped me from really talking to Bill, which I met in February in 2023. Now, I used to kick it with Bill's friends before I met Bill, but he was never around. Little Turtle Myrtle always was hiding somewhere. But I know where he was hiding. Anyways, so what had happened was I met Bill in February, and he was cool beans, and we was kicking it. I was wrongly kicking it a little too much before I officially ended that. So, hey, Cameron, you talking about cheating? Did you cheat? I said this was my karma. I don't physically,
I ain't even finna justify the shit, baby. I was doing something I wouldn't want done to me. And then it got back done to me, okay? So what goes around came back around. And so, boom. In April 2023, Bill tells me that he just found out he was about to be a dad. Now, this is alleged that he found out then, because we don't know what Bill be talking about. So in May of 2023, me and Audie, we go out of town. And that was wraps. Like, it was a trip that people left early, and that was just the end of that. So the next month, I take it upon myself and I say, hey, let's spin the block. Let's see what Bill talking about. Let's see what Bill barking for. And I sure did. Basically, we was getting somewhere. And with me, I need words. So by the time August came around, I was like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not about to talk your ear off all day. I'm traveling. Mind you, we're long distance. Now, long distance is like a 5-6 hour thing. But like, it's long enough that you need to tell me what we got going on. So he asked me to be his girlfriend. Now, I asked him, please send that to me in email. I need to keep that right there. I like to file stuff in my cabinet. And with that being said, it's sitting there collecting dust. People don't delete their emails. Okay. So in September of 2023, that is when his child was born. Yes, what a blessing. With that being said, the side note is, I know that sounds crazy, and new fatherhood and motherhood is something that I shouldn't even got myself into. But I felt like I had created the boundary of handle your business, but don't mishandle your business when it comes to me. So it's communication is this. You also was portraying the idea that you and your BM talking, Bill didn't tell me him and his BM don't do not nan. They don't, y'all don't listen. Don't listen to that. No, don't listen to that, because they was doing something. So what happened was, Bill is also long distance to Bill's baby mother. And Bill's baby mother lives somewhere totally different. So he had to travel to go see the birth. And I am very behind it, because, like, as you should, you're a daddy. Go be a daddy. Okay? But that don't mean you can't be a good boyfriend as a daddy. But anyways, the baby was born and he comes back. Right? I go see him a little bit later, and this is starting a new stage of relationship. So that means FaceTime calls. FaceTime calls, he would get calls from the BM so he could talk to his son or see his son. Like, yeah. So that would happen, and sometimes I would be with him, and he would be on the phone. But I wasn't the type to want to be seen or heard or none of that. Like, when you talk to your kid, talk to your kid. Okay, I'll have it after. You know what I'm saying? The most respectful way possible. That is important, because when December comes around, it's the baby's first Christmas. So Bill goes home. The BM goes to his home so they could celebrate the first Christmas. Was Cameron there? I'm not there, but I'm, behind all of that. He's very communicative. Also at the birth, he was very communicative. He was all of that. Cool beans, but you ain't tell me all of it, because the following month, okay, we're in January 2023. I hope I told y'all that right. It was 2022 when the kid was born. I'm sorry. And then now we're in 2023. So 2023, January, February, March, April, May, we're doing so good. 2023 was our highlight year, y'all. I have no complaints that I can really think of. I think it was one little situation, but that ain't the situation I'm on. I'm talking about this. So what happened was, we were doing really good, like, to the point where I had his name tattooed on me. His parents knew mine. Family knew mine. He was staying here. You couldn't tell me this was in-game, basically. And if you know, you know. Like, it was just that. And that might have been delusion. But, again, I think it's karma. But whatever. So, at the end of 2023, we were still doing good. But it was, like, a little rocky, because I remember a situation of her getting mad at him for traveling to me. So at this point, we're full past the year of being together. So I'm confused of the agitation at this point, because she has known about me, allegedly. Walk with me real quick. So the next year, January 2024, you remember that year? 2024, yeah, cool beans. February, cool. March, cool. April 2024. We had our first, like, thing. And our thing stemmed from me looking at that phone. And I look at that phone, and I've never looked at that phone before. And I looked while he was taking a shower, wiping that ass. And I'm looking, and I see a message of her asking, do you think of me? And he says, of course, or something along the lines of that. And I said, I simply did not like this. He tried to switch it in my brain. Y'all, it was so crazy. He tried to switch it in my brain and was like, I'm thinking about the well-being. Now you trying to make me sound like I'm crazy and I want you to be a terrible person and I don't want the well-being of your baby mama to be good. No, it's not that. You just, oh, hey, you be thinking about me. I don't want you to think, period. I need a bird brain ass dude. Like, if that's the case, like, if that was the case, but that problem opened up problems from on. So what happened was, in April, we had a little tiff, and I go out of town that weekend that I find that in his phone. So I find out in his phone, y'all, I'm Greek. I go out of town, and somebody else Greek literally was, like, on that with me. He followed me on Instagram. I follow back. Shouldn't have did that. And I got asked about it, and I was like, no, I've been knew him just 30 minutes ago. That was just it. No, that was wrong, though, Cameron. So, boom. That next May is April. May is after April. So, May, I end up graduating. And then in June, I move across the state. The country. I move. So I move, and guess what? He transfers again. So he moves, but he moves to this hot city. So at this point, we're bickering, going back and forth. I'm in a new city, you in a new city, but we're actually not doing well. So I have a plane ticket to go see him. Now, how I find out he got cheated on me, you can't tell me God is not all in this, y'all. Y'all, the way I buy a plane ticket to go see him, to stay with him for a week. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, y'all gonna have to come back. I never was the type to do parts, because I said what I said. And if you didn't hear me, you missed it. But I ain't finished. And I gotta tell y'all how God is so in the fact that I found out I got cheated on 2 years later after the fact that I got cheated on. And this is why I feel like he was here. Okay? So I told y'all that I bought a plane ticket to go see this man. Bought. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay? While I'm there, Monday goes around, so happy. Tuesday, I remember that day that I woke up in the middle of the night crying because I felt like something was wrong. It woke me up out of my sleep, and I'm like, we're not okay, Bill. The whole nine. I remember. I was very I don't know. I just felt something. Let me tell you what I felt. It was convenient for me to look through his phone. Y'all, like, why does she have so much time? It's because he would go to practice, y'all. He's a football player. So he would go to practice from this time to this time. So I had this time to this time to do some digging. And I was digging for 7 days straight before Sunday came and did not find nothing. It was to the point I asked him, like, hey, you changed your phone password, brother? He said, yeah, because I know you wanted to look through it. Red flag. You knew I wanted to look through it, so you hit it harder. Okay. The fuck is the scavenger hunt we're doing? Okay, anyways. So when Sunday comes around, it's my time to go home. So I'm on the way to the airport, y'all. I'm like, damn it. I'm sad I'm leaving my nigga, but I'm leaving my nigga not knowing what's going on. Like, mission incomplete. Can we talk about it? So I done failed the CIA mission, but I'm in the airport waiting for my flight. Y'all, ding, 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 ding. Who's highly favored? Me. My flight gets canceled. You know what that means? I got 2 extra days to go back onto the mission. So we back in there. What he say? We back in there. So that next Monday, I find out I get to nursing school. Beauty and brains. We in school. So we took that day, celebrated. That next day, Tuesday. This day changed my life forever. It was actually June 25th, 2024. It's going to be like an anniversary now. But tell me why. I say, before he leaves for practice, I say, listen, I have to do some paperwork. Like, can I use your MacBook? He says, here, Sugar Plum. Use it. Before you say that this was a trap for that, I did have to do paperwork. And I did do my paperwork. But I also did my paperwork after that. Okay? So what happened was, he leaves and texts me and says, don't go through it. This is what I say. This is my last day here. Why would I go through it? I'll tell you why I went through it. I did my paperwork, and then I opened up iMessage, y'all. On that bitch. I opened up iMessage, and y'all know when your iCloud isn't updated, so it goes back to like whenever the last time you updated. He ain't updated it for a while. So when I did click on it, it was like everything was old. Trust me, I am a vet when it comes to looking through shit. I just didn't look through your shit, you dummy. So I knew exactly who to type in, what to type in, da da da. But I go to the BM messages, and I know y'all are keeping everything like to the T because you told me you did, but you didn't tell me you did not as well. With that being said, I see multiple messages that it just proves it. The one message that I will tell y'all, and it was this. It was, when is the last time? When did we have sex again? Question mark. And he answered. He said this. I said, oh, so you like to get down and dirty. Wow. So I have no composure. As soon as I see that, oh, there also was another message sent by lovely lady, Miss BM. She says something along the lines of, and I'm not going to tell her, I'm going to let God handle it. And I saw that message. Like, that was the message I seen with these eyes. Here's the kicker. I will not hold y'all any longer. She believed that she was still with this man, I guess, or he made her believe that. And postpartum is real. I wish as a woman that I would have took that in consideration as a younger, fresh relationship. Like, oh no, you should have did that. That is a whole nother conversation. I understand. There's much learning there. But postpartum being real, you also could be a real nigga and tell me you shouldn't be here because you also was having 2 girlfriends. 4 months into it is when the act happened. The first 6 months was a hoax. I said, so you was doppelganging both? Like, what? So I see that because I only know that the 6 months mark is because in February is when the whole I'm not gonna tell her, I'm gonna let God handle it, and it matches up when we hit the net. So we hit the net in February. He chilled on her. He was like, that's what he did, dumbass boy. So anyways, I straight asked him like, oh, when I'm going through that MacBook, let's go back that time. I'm in that MacBook. Let's go back to 2024. After I told him I wasn't going to go through it, I said, we need to talk. And he called me. I'm like, ain't you supposed to have a ball in your hands? Why are you calling me? And he's talking. I don't have nothing to talk about. I said to him, I said, this you? Hang up. Y'all. My whole world was changed. Like, I thought this man was pure, like, to a T. He had nothing, like, I was deeply in a spell. Like, when Emma Chamberlain said, like, he had his fingers in every groove of my brain, he literally did. Like, you couldn't tell me he did no wrong. No, you literally couldn't. So this was, like, so shell-shocking to me. What's next? Let's go. So, boom. I ended up, he ended up coming home. I don't know how he came home so quick. But, y'all, we argued so bad that I blacked out. Like, I literally can't even tell you the argument. But I do remember physically turning around. Because talking to somebody that made you that mad that quick, like, I turned around. So I'm arguing with him like this. Do you know how dumb you sound? Like, da-da-da-da. I was looking at the wall. I don't play that, like, bad energy. I'm about to ball my fist up. I ain't never hit no man. I ain't gonna start today. So I'm talking like this. I'm so mad. So my flight was that day. He like, okay, we about to go to the airport. Mind you, my flight was in it for like 6 more hours, y'all. 6 more hours. So I'm like, no. So I end up chilling. But when it was time to go to the airport, all I could do was laugh. I'm laughing in the car. I remember looking at me in the passenger seat. I'm just like, you really got off on me. And I found out 2 years later. 2 years later. Wow. One must ask, what happened next? So that weekend was the same weekend as Clave, y'all. He was like, please go down there and have a, be right. Be right when you down there. I was right. That's the problem. I was right. That's the problem. Because you ever been to Clay, that was anyways, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I just had a good time with the girls. So what ended up happening was he ended up caring and trying so hard for 30 days. Mind you, my whole world was turned upside down. Rug snatched. So then 30 days after that, he was like, okay, wrap it up. You know, the season about to come again. So you got to wrap this up. 30 days after that, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck so bad that I already had a plane ticket to go see him in August. Mind you, I found this out in June. So in August comes around, he says, hey, don't come. Don't come. All right. Let's just wrap this up by last week. Because, y'all, this was a long 6 months. I was with this man for 2 years and found out something that was 4 months into a relationship, 2 years later, damn near. And I couldn't have called this. So it was a long 6 months. Like, long 6 months. But before 2025 started, I called him. I said, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want this for myself anymore. Because it was a lot of back and forth. It was like, we're gonna try, we're not gonna try. But the reason I really did not try is because I got a, hey boo, I don't know if you're talking to him still, but so you mean to tell me we about to work through something we shouldn't even have to worked through, and I'm still getting hey boos. Do you want me to tell y'all how somebody just told me that he was what he was doing? Huh? Because I'm thinking you healing. But you was for sure kneeling and something else. And for 6 months?